Hello and welcome back to Manifesting Money. Very exciting day today. It is payday number 2 for January 2025. And you'll notice some changes going on here with the way that I do things. We have our paycheck budget to go over. We're going to start some new things and we're going to change some old things. So let's get into it. Hello, everybody. All right, so getting ready to budget out the second paycheck for January, I have learned some things about myself from the last pay period. Number one, I am not responsible enough to use my credit card for my flexible spending because there's no hard limit. I was like, it's okay if I go over a little bit. It's okay if I go over a little bit. And we went over a bit, quite a lot. For that reason, I don't think that I'm going to be able to do velocity banking because the idea is that you use your line of credit for your flexible purchases and things like that. And that's not good for me. So we're not doing that. The other thing that's happened is that I applied for and was approved for a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. So my husband and I were able to put all of our high interest consumer debt onto that HELOC. So the interest rate is so much better, and not having those payments has freed up a lot of cash flow for me. So I'm going to actually be starting to work on some savings goals as well as paying off that debt, which is such a relief that I'm not trying to hammer that high interest credit or that high interest debt down so hard, so fast that I don't have room to do anything else. So not only have I made room to do other things, but the money that I am putting towards debt is doing a lot more because of the low interest, and because it's a HELOC, I can draw on that credit again when it comes time to do like home repairs and things. So the third thing is that we have opened the Bank of Me. I am using, this is all fake, I'm using prop money. And we're going to start cash stuffing some of this stuff because I've watched a lot of my YouTube friends who also digital budget and are cashless, but they use prop money, and I get it, especially from an ADHD perspective of being able to have that money, stuff that money, spend the money out of the places. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over our budget. Then we're going to get into the cash stuffing, and I will kind of explain how I plan to use that system to my advantage. So I was very pleasantly surprised to see that my paycheck was way more than I thought it was going to be, way more for me, because I had a lot of holiday pay on there. So that was a pleasant surprise. So we're going to get our total, our actual total here. And you can see even my rollover. Ooh, we were spendy. So reining that in. So our new total here is going to be, okay. And then I will, this one's always the same. Those are auto pays. And then this is the new mortgage payment because of my escrow shortage. So we're going to make that payment. Okay. And then we have, so once these bills are paid, I guess I can do this here. Okay. So this total, oops, did I do the 50? Just do it again, just to be safe. Okay, so initially I planned on only having the 1,300, which would have left my leftover at 154. And then my variable spending, which would have left $54 left over. So, since that is not the case, and I actually have some extra dollars here, What I'm going to do is just to get a rough estimate of the difference here. I'm going to take the 1605, there's the 1300 is the difference. So that's the more that I have. Well, I have to think about how I'm doing this. I want to start stuffing these things, but I want to make sure that I have it all. So let's just go with this. Okay, so we'll do these numbers here. So the 1605 minus my 6 minus 100. Okay, so I have about 359 is what's left over. We're going to put that up here. And then since I looked ahead and I saw that I was going to have more, I went ahead and figured out for all of my sinking funds that I have coming up what I need when, and how we're going to do that. So I think what the plan is here is that we are just going to start doing some stuffing, right? Let's get on with it. So this is this here. And then here is the binder that I have. I know it doesn't match the aesthetic, but oh, look at her. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. So these are the categories that I have. My plan is that I am going to use this to keep track of my flexible categories, which we have here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put my buffer money in here as well. Dog hair on it. So at the end of every paycheck, I will take out what is left over. I will refill the buffer back to 50, and then whatever is left, I'm going to set aside for my savings. Because I do all of my sinking funds in a high yield savings account, I just have all the money sitting there, and then at the end of the month, I reconcile and say where all that money is supposed to go. So we might as well just get started. And this is new to me, so I'm a little worried that I've done my math wrong. I've got gas as a flexible category, but I don't have an envelope for it yet because usually when I go to the gas station, I just get the $25 and that's it. There's not a lot of wiggle room there. So go ahead and do this. So I've got 25 for personal. And my little ADHD brain is like, money, look at, I feel like I'm doing a thing. This is my fast food, which gets another 25. Again, this is fake money. It is specifically just for my own tracking purposes. And I don't think I'm going to put the little slips of paper in here because I have my flexible category tracking on here. So this is where I will keep track of the numbers, but then update the dollars in there. And since they aren't real dollars, it doesn't matter as much that I do it right away. So I'll probably just do this, I don't know, once a week, maybe. I might do it every day because it's kind of fun. Okay, so then we have the kids have their budget here. All right, and then so this miscellaneous savings, this is going to be the $50 buffer so that I can keep track of that. If I have things that I need to spend, it's got its own thing. So then this is going to be empty for now because this is where I'm going to put the overflow from my flexible categories to be put into sinking funds later. So for my water category, I actually have it divided up quarterly because that's just easier for me to break it down and make sure I have enough for each quarter. Otherwise, I feel like it would be a larger amount. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to switch these sides because I need to be able to write. All right, you can still see her there. Ooh, get back. Okay. So what I'm going to do is real quick. And I also switched my planner. I don't know if you can see now. I've got the stuff down the side so I can have access to more of my colors at once. It's just taking me a little bit of getting used to how everything is all switched up. So I am going to combine these. This is the water for the next 4 quarters. Plus 29, plus 17, plus 12. So this is 156. Now I'm going to do it backwards. Minus 156 is 203. So we're going to do the 156. That is for the water. And now I'm going to do it backwards. So I'm going to take this, what I have left over, and I'm going to start subtracting. And I have these listed in order of priority so that as I go, I can just go down the list. And when I'm out of money, I can't stuff anymore. And then every month I'll look at my totals, and then we'll update the amount that I need each paycheck for the sinking funds. So the next is car maintenance. That one gets 36. I get it, you guys. I get the whole cash stuffing thing. I resisted for the longest time because I was like, I just don't get it. I don't spend in cash. I order my groceries for pickup. All of my shopping is online. All of my bills are paid online. So I never actually use cash. But doing the prop money, it makes a lot of sense to me. I totally get it. Okay, so we did our 36 for car maintenance. We're going to do 10 for, I call it transportation because that's what I had a sticker for, but that's for the car tags, the car registration. So there's another 10, 6. So I have 157 left. We're going to do 19 for back to school. Okay. All right. Let's see, so minus my 19, so I still have 138. We're going to do 15 for birthdays. And that's for, promised my kids they could each have a birthday party at the end of 5th grade for their 5th grade year. So that is setting up money to set aside for their birthdays. Let's see. So that would be 15 there. Halloween, I feel like Halloween always comes along and we want to get fun costumes and stuff, but it's the end of the year and it's always overlooked. So I have a sinking fund for that. It's just called October here because it didn't have a Halloween sticker. So it's 13 for that. All right. Okay, and then I have my emergency fund. So let's see, minus 13 for that. So we have 125 for the emergency fund, which is fantastic. I'm actually going to just do 120. Okay. I've got my trackers and stuff, and my trackers, this is silly, but my trackers are in $10 tracker bits, so we're going to keep it in denominations of 10, which leaves me with $5, which I think I'm going to skip this one for now, and that means that I have $5 to put towards investment, which seems silly, but honestly, I am of the mindset where every little bit matters. So I've stuffed my flexible categories and my sinking funds. So we're going to set this aside. And then what I'm going to do is just go ahead and update this in my trackers. So I'm going to open up a second instance of Noteful. We're going to get into my savings and debt. And we're going to start filling in for sinking funds so that I can keep these up to date with where we are at. So, all right, and today is the 17th. So this is the wrong color. All right, so we are adding 98, which brings our total 127. Right. Water 2. I'm going to do the balance on these because these are all fresh getting started. We're adding 17 here. Oh, it's Q4. Our maintenance got 36. Our registration 10. Back to school 19. Days 15. Halloween 13. We didn't put anything into the living room. In my emergency fund, we did. So, all right. Okay, my little highlighter guy here. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 120. Okay, awesome. So that's where we are. So that's everything filled out here. So then the 3 that I have left here that don't have totals, I'm going to wait until I see those come through because they're auto pays. The Spectrum, I'll get the actual total when I pay that bill. And then we're just going to double check my math once those bills are paid. And then we'll see. So part of the HELOC is that I was able to pay off all of my consumer debt. So I have to submit those payments. I'm sure the Capital One credit card will probably have one more payment just because it is, the interest from the time that I was able to submit the payment to what the balance is. But after that, those should all be paid off. So in February's budget, we're going to have fewer of those payments and we'll be adding in the HELOC payment. So we'll be able to keep doing this. Normally, I get it now, guys. I do, because I would look at these sinking funds and be like, that's such a small amount. Like, it doesn't even matter. But breaking it down like this and putting the money aside, being able to watch that fill up and making those choices, because once I have any overages from here, once these are done, if I have not spent all of it, I'm going to put that towards sinking funds. And once these sinking funds are fully funded, I can start putting more money into investing and paying off my extra debt. So I'm pretty excited. I think things are actually going to start to move forward. I'm going to keep doing the YouTube videos because I love to do it and I hope that they're helpful. And I'm also going to work to step up more of my voiceover auditions and see if I can do more direct marketing and get that going too. So things are looking up for 2025. I can see there's a light at the end of the tunnel and this is going great. Let me know what y'all think about prop money. If it's something that you would consider using, if you love it, tell me why. If you hate it, tell me why. I'm just curious because I really resisted for the longest time. And now that I'm doing it, I get it. I get it, y'all. So happy budgeting. I hope everything is working out for you. In the comments below, like I said, let me know how you feel about prop money. Hit me with your favorite money emoji. If you use prop money, let me know what your YouTube channel is because I want to come check you out. And again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate everybody showing up and let's keep going. All right. Have a great day.